Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! Hi everyone, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Thank you so much for choosing this YouTube channel every single time, choosing this YouTube channel to have made it the most popular Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel in the world. I most certainly didn't expect this YouTube channel to become the most popular Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel in the world, but it's such a huge honor for me to be the host of this show. So one of the greatest honors that I get to be the host of this show is listening to my audience and giving you guys the content that you've known, that you've loved, and you've come to appreciate and identify yourselves through your favorite characters, these beautiful moments that are truly unforgettable from either the Descendants or Zombies franchises. It has been such a huge honor and so much fun for me to create so many beautiful videos that are intriguing people to forever and always hit my subscribe button and show a never-ending love and support for this YouTube channel unlike any other. Because I've never really experienced anything quite like this ever, and I don't think I ever will again. So because I know I will never experience the honor of being the host of a show quite like this ever again, I've always believed that moments like these should forever and always be cherished. They should be celebrated. And I've just wanted to celebrate moments like the release of Descendants 2, like we're going to be doing today, with each and every one of you so that they will never ever be forgotten. Because one of my greatest fears as the host of a YouTube channel was always to be forgotten, to kind of just fade off into obscurity and just be forgotten about, never heard from ever again or talked about again. And I say this because Descendants of Zombies really has given me a chance to really re-emerge and reintroduce myself to a whole new generation of Disney fans, which is really cool and really authentic because the music industry, the entertainment industry is always evolving into something spectacular all the time. We're seeing new stars come into the industry and we're hearing different opinions about them. Sometimes I necessarily haven't agreed with everybody's opinion on Descendants of Zombies when it comes to a critic because I know the Worlds Collide Tour, I know the premiere of Zombies War Down in the Vampires did get its fair share of criticism, and it was undeservingly so without even giving it much of a chance. I wanted to be one of those YouTube creators that did give it a chance, that saw a promising future in store for the stars of Descendants of Zombies because they still undeniably have a long way to go. So because they still have a long way to go, I think they should be celebrated. I think the contributions of Meg Donnelly and Milo Manheim as the character Zed and Addison was beautifully collaborated. I think that they offer something special to the Zombies franchise, unquestionably. They held a special place in our hearts for over 7 years, and they were 7 years that I will never, ever forget because I had the honor of talking about Meg Donnelly and Milo Manheim's careers, all the opportunities they were presented with, and now we're turning over a new leaf. We're heading into a new era with Malachi Burton and Freya Skye taking over the leads of Zombies, and I'm really excited about that. And I get it. Everybody wants to know when Zombies 5 is going to happen, even if Zombies 5 is coming out. Rest assured, Zombies 5 is coming out, and I will be here every step of the way to help you make sense of everything going on around you when it comes to Zombies 5, because I've heard every ridiculous rumor when it comes to Zombies 5. People are saying people are being kicked off the cast, the script is being rewritten, the movie's being redistributed, the entire franchise is being looked at from a whole new perspective. I don't know if I've ever believed any of it. I think what it comes down to is how much each and every one of you believe in zombies and how many times you will watch zombies videos over 1,000 times every day because you love your favorite characters in these moments that truly have defined you. And I think that is absolutely fantastic. I think that's awesome how franchises can really bring us that much closer together, make us the best of friends, because the only thing we know or the only thing we get is that Zombies and Descendants is cool. It's really become a way of life for people, and it's really represented a generation, which has made this generation so authentic, very different from any generation that I've ever had the chance to be a part of. And I've had the chance to be a part of a lot of generations. I've seen a lot of people celebrating the legacy of Hannah Montana over the last couple of days. Of course, it's the 20th anniversary of Hannah Montana coming up in 2026. Miley Cyrus wants to be a part of something special to commemorate it. I fully support that. I've loved Hannah Montana all of my lifetime. I have nothing negative to say about Miley Cyrus, while other people will choose to criticize her. I say this because I really do believe that moments like the celebration of Hannah Montana's legacy should be commemorated. If Miley wants to be a part of something special to go down in history, even more than she's already done, because she's not only inspiring people of generations past, she's also inspiring generations that we are currently being a part of. We are seeing this up-and-coming new generation who are kind of reintroducing themselves to concepts like Hannah Montana and Wizards, because of Wizards Beyond Waverly Place's profound success happening right now on Disney Plus, and Descendants of Zombies. Even fans of this new generation who are fans of Kylie and Ruby and Malia, who I can never say enough nice things about, are going back in time and they're reintroducing themselves to the original trilogy because they didn't have a chance originally to be a part of it. The cool thing is about this show is I was there from the very beginning. beginning, and I had a chance to be a part of the original trilogy. And I know the original trilogy was defined because the Descendants 2 really amped up the game. And how Descendants 2 really amped up the game was the music had gotten better, the script was that much more powerful, the story was that much more intriguing, and I think from that moment forward for Descendants 2 and eventually Descendants 3 on August 2nd of 2019, everything just fell into place. And everybody had more of a reason to be a fan of Descendants more than ever before. Because if you remember back to July 31st, 2015, Descendants was just pretty much a backdrop that introduces these characters portrayed by Dove Cameron, Sophia Kirsten, Cameron Boyce, and what they were going to go on to mean to a franchise. Nobody really had high expectations for Descendants when it first kicked off, but I think it exceeded everybody's expectations eventually because more of a chance eventually was taken on these characters. More people began to believe in these characters. As your sons and your daughters fell in love with Descendants of Zombies, I think everybody as a family did too, because you had a favorite character, you had a moment that truly defined you for being a fan of Descendants of Zombies, like the performance of If Only from the original Descendants score. That was a beautiful song. I know that Mal's mother had different plans and aspirations for her to go on to achieve more than becoming one of the greatest of all time, but Mal certainly exceeded all of her expectations and everybody else's in that franchise because she went on to achieve something far greater than ever she imagined. I think the reoccurring theme in Descendants of Zombies has always been acceptance. That hope exists for everybody out there, no matter what you may be going through or whoever you are, from wherever you may be watching this video or hearing my voice. I think that magic was believed in more than ever before, and everybody believed that there was a chance that happily ever after could happen for them because they saw themselves in these similar situations and relationships and just everyday experiences because of these Descendants of Zombies characters. And that's what made Descendants of Zombies so phenomenal, is that we could relate to this franchise more than we ever could High School Musical. I remember years ago when High School Musical was really at the heights of its popularity, it really come into its own because of the music. It never really had anything to do with the story, especially High School Musical 1, because it was a really lackluster, kind of really boring story, but it really set up for what East High was going to mean for all these characters that were going to go on to have successful careers and really define their own legacies. By High School Musical 2, we had the summer vacation. Of course, they all went to Sharpay Evans' parents' lodge and had a summer vacation, their resort. And then by High School Musical 3, we really got presented with a story. So if anything, High School Musical prided itself on the characters and the music. If you didn't have the characters and the music, you take the characters portrayed by Ashley Tisdale, Vanessa Hudgens, and Zac Efron from the franchise, what do you really have to fall back on? You don't really have that much of a story. And the same thing can be said about Hannah Montana. What defined Hannah Montana, and why even people of this new generation of Disney fans are fans of Hannah Montana, was her music. And I think Descendants was really the first franchise that had both a powerful story and a powerful script to really fall back on. The music was in the right place, everybody's hearts were in the right place, and everybody had so much heart and dedication. And one thing I will give people like Sophia Kirsten and Dove Cameron a profound amount of respect for is how much they thought of each other, how much they believed in each other, and how they were able to go on to define each other's legacies and help each other through defining it because they believed in each other. One thing I noticed about Sophia Carson was when she was commemorating the 10th anniversary of Descendants just last year, she said, I will never ever forget the friendships that I had the chance to be a part of and what I had the chance to experience and what I had the chance to create, because this was her first major movie role. After that, she went on to achieve roles in Adventures in Babysitting with Sabrina Carpenter. She had Purple Hearts on Netflix, which was getting rave reviews, and her music was off the charts. I think what did that for Sophia Carson was that song Chillin' Like a Villain that was redistributed as a Christmas song called Chillin' Like a Snowman. I dropped a video review of that on my YouTube channel earlier this week for fans of that song that may remember it, because it was a very popular Christmas song, and now following in its footsteps came Red Christmas from Descendants and Snow Angels this year from Zombies. And, I know that these Christmas songs receive a great deal of criticism. People really can often never make sense of it, but I think to be the host of a show, you've also got to have a greater appreciation for what it takes to understand your audience. And I think everybody has a reason why they've loved singles from various guys like Silent Treatment or Snow Angels, because of the obvious. You felt as if you were part of something special. This was really magical for Descendants and Zombies fans, so I think these moments have forever and always deserved to be celebrated. And the best way to celebrate them is by to give people hope for the foreseeable future. You don't honestly think that Zombies 5 will not happen because of this release of this Snow Angels music video, which they shot back in July. I've never really cared when they shot it, but it's a sure indication that Zombies 5 is going to happen. And this is a franchise that is really going to go the distance, because oftentimes Disney could never get past releasing a trilogy when it comes to High School Musical or what have you. But Descendants and Zombies, I think, initially going into it, it may have thought of been to just be a trilogy. It was never considered to have a fourth or a fifth installment, and now we're seeing expansions with even more characters than ever before coming in to secure the futures of Descendants and Zombies. I mean, Meg Donnelly and Milo Manheim, ever before all these rumors surfaced, said the reason why they're introducing us to this new cast is to secure the future of Descendants and Zombies. So if that doesn't give us even more of a reason to believe in a future for Descendants and Zombies and to have everything to do with it, then I don't know what will. But that's why I'm here. I'm here to ensure the legacies of your favorite stars from Descendants and Zombies, and to talk about these defining moments that people like Dove Cameron and Sophia Carson have been a part of for forever. Their friendship is one of the most talked about friendships of all time. For those of you that follow the friendships that have come out of the waters of Disney, there is obviously something magical in the water over there at Disney. I've got to get a drink of it, because it's really an inspiration to believe in your own friendships and the people who have come into your life for some unexplained reason, because you've never really needed a whole lot of friends. You've just really needed a few good ones to help you make sense of everything going on around you. And as long as you have that, and you can keep that with you for the rest of your life, you really got something special to hold on to. And I've never seen so much heart and dedication for a franchise like I saw for Descendants 2, because the music had gotten better, the script and the story was that much deeper, and we got to know more about our favorite characters, because in the original Descendants, Sophia Carson never had one specific song to really introduce us to her character and what she was really all about. Because if you knew anything about Sophia Carson's character, you should know at least the evil queen didn't have a backstory with Snow White, and Snow White's birthday was just a couple of days ago. Happy birthday, Snow White. I saw the live action. Renee Zellweger's portrayal of you was great, and I know it received a lot of criticism, but I think that Snow White's story and Snow White as a character was never shown enough appreciation. So as a result of that, the evil queen didn't have much of a backstory, and as a result of this also, her daughter, of course Evie, had no backstory, but she took this character and really gave her meaning. And then by Descendants 2, we were introduced to her by this song, Chillin' Like a Villain, which was really the purpose, the sole purpose of a villain being introduced into the Descendants franchise. And I think villains have gone on to achieve a greater appreciation since the release of this song, which went to the top of the 2017 Hot 100 Billboard chart. I know because I was there. And I remember how proud Sophia Carson was to premiere this song. She was so excited to share in it with each and every one of you, and I could never seem to say enough nice things about it. I posted countless videos over 10 years ago on an original YouTube channel I was hosting at the time. I wasn't uploading as near as many videos of Descendants and Zombies as I am now, but I've come to really appreciate this franchise because there are more fans of this franchise than ever before, and perhaps more than ever given credit for, who really believe in these franchises so much and are going back in time now and reintroducing themselves to the original trilogy and what this character's meant to this franchise, because it really defines what the story is about. I mean, we were first introduced to a character named Mal. We didn't know what quite to make of her. We didn't know what her story was going to entail. But whoever thought the daughter of Maleficent would go on to achieve so much and become everybody's favorite character. It had everything to do with her fashion sense, her personality, how she really never cared what anybody thought about her, and she was kind of really juggling lifestyle. She had the responsibility of being a princess in Auradon. She also had the responsibility of being one of the greatest Disney villains' daughters of all time. So she had a lot to live up to, but she certainly went on to exceed everybody's expectations. So too did Sophia Carson's character Evie, for this beautiful friendship and how much she really cared about Mal by Descendants 2. They had that beautiful song, Space Between. I know Dove Cameron felt very emotional about recording that song with Sophia Carson because it was the only song that they recorded together, and it was really the defining duet. This was really emotional. It was really groundbreaking for fans of Descendants and Zombies, because I don't think we ever saw a music video with so much emotion packed behind it up to that point. Many music videos that were released for Descendants and Zombies in years to come after this were very emotional. That really touched the hearts of so many wonderful people. But if you talk about one music video, one performance, if that was to be a part of the Worlds Collide tour, it would have to be this song, performed by Dove Cameron and Sophia Carson. They could have made special appearances at the Worlds Collide tour to really put this one over, because that was one of everybody's favorite songs. I get this from all the appreciative covers that people have uploaded on YouTube. So many people have really showcased talents through Descendants and Zombies too. That's what's so marvelous about these franchises are. So many people have so much God-given talent to sing and to draw and to be crafty with Descendants and Zombies, to have a passion for collecting dolls and Descendants and Zombies merch as part of your backdrops for your videos. so many people draw inspiration from Descendants and Zombies, so it's beyond me why people just can't show the greater appreciation for Descendants and Zombies every time they upload a video. I always think about you guys and what you want to get the most out of your Descendants and Zombies video watching experience, because I know that every night people upload videos about Descendants and Zombies to YouTube. And I can't say that I really agree with everybody's point of view about Descendants and Zombies, especially when it comes to these reaction videos, because I know Zombies was victim of a lot of criticism. Nobody really wanted to give this one much of a chance. But I really did, because I saw so much potential in everything that had everything to do with Descendants and Zombies, and I just wanted to be a part of that with each and every one of you. And you guys, ever since having become your voice of Descendants and Zombies, have really welcomed me into your Descendants and Zombies universe, and I've been able to share my stories with you as to why I was a fan of Descendants and Zombies, and that's what makes it so rewarding every single time that you ever upload a video about Descendants and Zombies, because you get to share in these significant moments. Because I will never forget the summer of 2017 when I saw Descendants and Zombies go on to achieve so much success, so many award nominations, and it had everything to do with this powerful script. I will never forget moments like I got to experience in the summer of 2017, because I saw the rise in popularity of a franchise that had a definitive single. If there was ever anything that someone could identify with, it was this sequel for Descendants in 2015. By 2017, the music had gotten better, the story was unbelievable, and it deserved to be celebrated. That's why over 10 years later, we are celebrating it. If you notice anything about the interviews that Dove Cameron, Sophia Kirsten have done in commemoration of the Descendants 10th anniversary, it was always talking about Descendants 2, because Descendants 2 really opened up a whole new book and a whole new universe for everybody that everybody just felt special to be a part of. They just felt so honored to be a part of. And because of what Descendants 2 offered to me as a fan, I have never felt more excited to be a part of the future with each and every one of you, to have the opportunity to meet even more fans of Descendants and Zombies, because even with how many people I've had the honor of meeting, I look forward to meeting so many wonderful people in the future that is truly undeniable, and I'm just really excited to be a part of it. My favorite Descendants character from the original franchise, for those of you who may be wondering, of course, is Sophia Kirsten's character, Evie, because of just how beautiful, how strong, how fearless she seemed to be. And I think the feeling is really mutual when it comes to Sophia Kirsten, because she wasn't really given much of a chance in the original Descendants. Most of the characters, because the greater emphasis was always on the relationship between Mal and Ben from the original Descendants movie. That's what the focal point of it was. And then by Descendants 2, we got more of a backstory on the other characters, and more stories were being told. Kind of separated each story and each character in their own unique way. And that was what was really special about Descendants 2, and really became a defining moment for every Descendants and Zombies fan. So I think how the two franchises eventually kind of came together for a Worlds Collide tour, and how the two franchises represented themselves so phenomenally, I think we had reasons to celebrate it. We had reasons to have slumber parties. We had reasons to get to know people more, because most people became friends because of Descendants and Zombies. I mean, people were getting off the school bus, introducing themselves to each other, saying, "Hey, are you a fan of Descendants and Zombies?" And if the answer was always yes, you guys hit it off instantly and became best of friends, and you've been friends ever since. There are people who are 25 years old now who used to watch Descendants over a decade ago who are still the best of friends. I know this to be sure more than I ever have, and I felt more confident in the future being represented for Descendants and Zombies more than I ever have, and I look forward to celebrating that future with each and every one of you and being a part of it as your voice of Descendants and Zombies, because I really do believe that there is so much to be excited about when you talk about a future for Descendants and Zombies. And I think that there are more people kind of falling into this franchise, really looking for something to be a fan of, really looking for a reason to be a fan of something. And I think Descendants, the original trilogy, and Descendants, The Rise of Red, has given them more of a chance to believe in something, perhaps more than ever before. And because of that, I am really excited to talk about and share in that future with each and every one of you, because we still have a long way to go. So for those of you who believe that there is still so much more of a story even to be told about the original characters and these new characters, then perhaps you should continue to believe in that, because we still have a long way to go, and it is a future that I am incredibly excited to be a part of and to have the honor to share in with each and every one of you at just after 10 a.m. this morning, uploading my very first video. So if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, I have a couple of more videos on the way later on today about Descendants 2 as we celebrate and dedicate this day to Disney Descendants 2, because I know it's the top trend right now on YouTube. For some reason, everybody is YouTubing Descendants 2, so why not celebrate it? It's the holiday season, and I can't think of a more effective way of celebrating the holiday season than by having the chance and the honor, the distinction of being your voice of Descendants and Zombies and celebrating Descendants and Zombies with each and every one of you. The response that I have received for this YouTube channel is absolutely incredible, and I have each and every one of you to thank for that. So if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, you're probably going to want to go ahead and get that out of the way right now, because I have a lot to say where Descendants and Zombies goes. By the way, guys, from my heart to yours, thank you so much for having made this YouTube channel the most popular Descendants and Zombies YouTube channel in the world right now. It has everything to do with your heart and dedication. You will never ever be forgotten because of that. Thank you so much for having watched this video as we celebrate Descendants 2 together, which was first released in July of 2017. It's hard to believe it's been over a decade since Descendants 2 became a part of our lives for its iconic music, its iconic and unforgettable stars, and moments that really have defined us from being fans of Descendants and Zombies. So I'm going to go ahead and upload this video to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and to ring my bell to stay up to date every single time that I ever upload a video. Thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your life and to become a part of your life as your voice of Descendants and Zombies, because it's been an honor for me to record so many wonderful videos. Thank you so much for having watched this video and celebrating Descendants and Zombies with yours truly.